Vicky's asked me to do a quick little video for you to discuss my team leader promotion and all the ins and outs of it from when I achieved it and as I was working towards it. So I thought I would introduce myself first. My name's Emma and I first joined Usborne in April 2023. I was looking for some extra income to supplement working part-time. And also extra income as well because my husband was out of work. We were struggling to pay the bills each month, and I was hoping to find something that might get me out of teaching, although I wasn't convinced when I first joined. However, I started working a little bit more towards team leader in the summer. So I started the April, it was probably the August time. I thought I would dip my toe a little bit because I left my teaching job, got a TA job and definitely needed more money, and obviously building a team was the way to do that. So I was dipping my toe a little bit during that summer and decided to go for it basically when we couldn't pay the rent one month and we had to use the food bank at school. My husband had got no work, hadn't had any work for months and months because of writer strikes and actor strikes. So for anyone that knows me, he is a cameraman, works on films, and we were struggling. So I said to my mentor, said to Vicky, I need this, like I've got to achieve team leader. So that's when I started going for it. If I keep looking down there, it's because I've got my little notes on my notepad. So I got my first teamie, I think was posting in groups if I remember correctly, from when I very first thought, oh, I'll start trying. And I recruited someone from a work from home group, I believe it was, who did nothing. Did absolutely nothing. They're not in my team anymore, but that was my first teamie. So I was super excited. I'd got a teamie, and that kind of gave me the bug. And then I got my second teamie pretty soon after that because I set up a leads gen ad. So my second teamie came from that. She also did nothing, but hey ho, I got more people. So that was in August 2023, and it was when I got my first 2 teamies I decided to really go for it, and I was like, right, I can do this. I started taking consistent actions, and yeah, that's kind of where it all took off from. I didn't promote immediately, so I decided officially to go for team leader in the September 23. Didn't get anywhere near it in the September. Like I said, I had 2 teamies who did nothing. But I kind of gradually built up throughout the September, went for it in the October, and then got a really nasty case of COVID. Was poorly for about 2 weeks, so obviously my mind was not on it 100%. So I regathered and I went for it again in November. I got about that close by the end of November, but then the last week in November we had Ofsted coming to school. So the last little push that I needed to give, I couldn't, just because, you know, if anyone's a teacher watching this, you know what it's like. But it just meant all hands on deck at school, and the team leader thing kind of went out the window for a week, which unfortunately it meant that I didn't achieve it in the November. But then I thought, no point giving up. I've learned so much. I've come a really long way. I've actually got, you know, I think I had about a team of 5 or 6 at that point. So I got the teamies. I was recruiting more teamies. So I thought, well, use what I've learned and carry on going. There was no point giving up. Went for it in the December. Vicky said, I don't think anyone's ever promoted in the December. So I said, well, they will do this year. And I did it, so I got it in the December. So it took me from September until December 2023 to actually get my team leader promotion. I think the thing that got me through was that resilience. That I could have very easily given up after the November and said, you know what, actually it's not going right, I'll just look for another job somewhere else, and get a full-time, I don't know, admin job or something. But that's not not what I wanted at all. I wouldn't have been able to do what I do with my daughter, walking into school, picking her up on time, having the time at home. So that wasn't really an option. So yeah, definitely the resilience to keep going even though things didn't go to plan helps. Going to plan brings me on to planning. So planning definitely got me through as well. So I'd volume map again, volume map again, volume map again. Things obviously fall through. Teamies say they've got volume coming on that doesn't come on. RSRs don't go to plan. RSLs get nothing. Someone might have a stall that they don't sell anything. So it's kind of having plan A, plan B, plan C, etc. In the pipeline is what really helped me, I think, and just constantly jiggling everything around so that it eventually all added up, and taking on board all of the advice helped me to get there. So I think sometimes it can feel a bit uncomfortable, especially when we pour our hearts and our souls into going for team leader, because it's something we're all really passionate about, and it can feel uncomfortable to be told that, you know, you need to do this, you need to do this. If you're not doing X, Y, Z, you're not going to get there, because sometimes I feel like it can feel like, you know, we're being told we're not doing enough, or what we've done isn't good enough, and it's not that at all. It's reframing the feedback that it's constructive criticism. It's not even criticism, it's there to support you and it's there to help you get better, and it only comes from a place of wanting you to succeed. So any feedback that you get, take it on board. Don't just go, oh, I'm not going to listen to that, I don't need to know that, I'm going to carry on doing what I've been doing. Literally be a sponge and absorb everything. I think if I was to do it again, if I went back in time and I had my first 2 teamies, I would onboard them completely differently. My onboarding was non-existent. I basically recruited them and then expected them to place orders, which isn't going to happen. You might get one superstar once in a blue moon that does that, but my 2 did not. And I think actually looking back, if my onboarding process had been better and I'd committed and stuck to it, I would have probably got some orders out of them. But you know, hindsight's 20/20, isn't it? And we learn from our mistakes, and I'd say that's my biggest kind of, not regret, but if I was to do it again, that's what I would focus on, to support them to get those first orders and really be in their pocket all the time, to support them. I think when it comes to mindset, again, I keep saying it, resilience is one of the biggest things that you need to have. I think getting yourself to a place where you can, you know, like the common saying, water off a duck's back, being able to just go, okay, that didn't work, that didn't go to plan, that's okay, and having another plan and coming up with something that is going to work, or trying something different, is really important. And again, being able to, again, water off a duck's back when it comes to the recruiting side of things, that people will ghost you, people will say unkind things on posts sometimes, but just having that ability to go, oh well, it really doesn't matter, because you know what you want to achieve and you know where you're going with your business, and if you know, you won't be thinking about that person that commented something sarky on a post once in, you know, 2 years time, when you've got your promotion and you're earning well, and you know, you're working as an Usborne partner full time, if that's what you're hoping to do. So yeah, I think that is really important. I think having the mindset that I say a positive mindset, but just I think it's more of that resilience, of that, like, I know what I want, and I know how I'm going to get it, and I'm not going to let anything get in the way of that, whether that's volume falling through, whether that's, you know, people ghosting me, whether that's people blocking me, whatever. You know, I wouldn't say it's necessarily you've got to be positive, but it's just that it's just resilience, isn't it? And keeping going. I think mindset is a really, really important thing to work on, and it's definitely something you need to set time aside to work on. So whatever you feel you struggle with mindset wise, what can you find to support you with that? So is it that you find yourself back off from your business when you see others succeeding because it's not, you know, you might feel jealous, you might feel like you're not as good as them? How could you work on that mindset? Because actually staying in your kind of own lane and just carrying on down your lane, looking forwards, not looking sideways, is the best way to go about it. So whatever mindset kind of things, definitely set aside time to work on that. So if it is your resilience you need to work on, how could you help improve your resilience? If it's your confidence you need to work on, ask, you know, talk to your mentor about how you can kind of put some time aside to work on that confidence each week as well, and that will really help. I'm waffling now because my Kindle has decided that it's turned its screen off and now I can't see my notes and I can't remember what was next. Bear with me. Bear with me 1 second. So my promotion month, if I broke it down, I think I did quite a big chunk of volume, mainly from Christmas look for a book. So I did a massive Christmas look for a book, which got me quite a big, I can't remember exactly how much, around £600 maybe, and obviously Christmas orders and things as well. So that's where my volume came from there. And then my teamies were doing look for books as well. So I basically just got them to replicate what I was doing. So I was doing a look for a book, so we all did a look for a book, and then that helped with that volume. And again, they all had some like some Christmassy orders as well. I think it was tricky because there was the cut-off point. Those that have done a Christmas with us will know that there's a date where if you order it won't come till after Christmas. So there was that kind of countdown to the cut-off where I had to try and encourage my team to carry on ordering even though the cut-off had gone past. It wasn't that they couldn't order, it was just that it would come, it wasn't guaranteed for Christmas. So there was that aspect to it as well that was tricky to manage, but we did it, and we got there in the end. 3 tips for anyone going for their promotion, I'd say, is your volume map is really, really, really important. So make sure that you are constantly looking at it, so going back to it, checking it, what's gone well, so tick off the volume that's come on. If something has fallen through, get rid of that, and how are you going to replace it, and just jiggling things around so that you know that you're going to get that 1800 and who your actives are going to be. And obviously recruit your bum off. Like the more teamies you've got in your team, the easier it's going to be. They bring the volume and they bring the actives, so focus on that. Have something really simple for you, for your volume, that you know you can do in your sleep. That's why I did a look for a book, because I knew it didn't take me loads and loads of time to get that volume. And then I've lost my trail of thought there. Yeah, recruit. Look, something really simple for you to do for your volume so that you can focus on that recruiting, and then make sure you're there to support your teamies as well. So make sure you've got a really tight onboarding process so that when you do have a new teamie, they've got that support there to succeed really quickly. You're there and you're creating, not putting pressure on them, but there is a little sense of urgency to achieve their quick starts, and making it really attractive and fun for them to aim for those as well. I think that's covered everything that Vicky wanted, so hopefully that's helpful. But yeah, just go for it. Even when you feel like, it's the kind of near the end of the month and you're really tired and you don't think it's going to come together, don't give up. If there's a week left, if there's 3 days left, if there's a day left, don't give up. And even then, you're not giving up if you just try again the next month. So good luck to you, and I look forward to seeing lots of you as team leaders very soon.